All right, and I have 5 o'clock, so we will call to order the Zoning and Adjustment Board meeting for the City of Ocean Springs, Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from October 11th.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
All right, a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, none opposed. Next item on the agenda is old business, and we have none. So we will move on to new business. The first and only item on the agenda, 4127 Bienville Boulevard, parcel ID number 60126060.085, requesting a 25% size variance for signage. And Wade, if you will introduce the request.
Sure thing. Okay, this is the property is zoned CH Regional Commercial. It's out on Bienville Boulevard on the eastern end of the city. And in this specific case, they're asking for a variance specifically for a wall sign. They're asking for a 25% increase in the maximum in the area. That is the maximum that the zoning board and the Board of Aldermen can approve. It is a existing body shop, Advanced Collision, as you can see from the photo down there. The sign that's there now is, couldn't find a record of when it was permitted. It is substantially larger than what's being proposed here. But since it is a change, they do have to comply with our regulations of the UDC. So right now they are permitted a 60 square foot sign, wall sign, under the sign regulations. The 25% increase they're asking for, variance they're asking for, would kick that up to 74.2 square feet of area. Would point out, and as the applicant points out in an application, that this is also allowed a 60 square foot freestanding sign. It would be in addition to the wall sign. They're allowed both of those, but that in this case, due to the topography and also the utility easements that run along Bienville Boulevard, that simply is not possible to put a freestanding sign on. So this wall sign will be totally in lieu of the of a freestanding sign. Correct. Pretty much that's it. You're carrying a little, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought something did that.
We always talk through email. We don't ever see
Right.
people's faces.
From the sign company, if you have questions for her, or if you have anything you'd like to add to it.
If you'll say your name and address for the record,
Yes,
please.
Carrie Little. I work with Fun Enterprises at 7712 Highway 49 South, 49 North, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I am the one that submitted the application. We are working for the customer. I'll touch on what he said, just add a little bit to it. He wasn't sure of the existing signage. The existing signage that's up there now is actually 179.64 square feet. So we'll be removing a lot of clutter. We'll be removing 129.08 square feet for asking for the smaller amount.
Can you give that removal again?
We'll be removing the entire sign, which is 179.64.
Yeah.
And the total removal would be 129.08. It's the difference. It's a significant difference. I was honestly a little surprised they didn't want to go larger because it is a little bit far off the road. At some point, they may decide to do a monument, but with the utilities that run in front of it, the setback off of that particular road, it would literally land in their parking lot and take parking spaces, in which we can't do that either. So they're going to look at that at another time. That's not in their plans at this time at all.
Yeah, which would point out that you can see from on the vicinity map just about how much of that, where the right-of-way for Bienville Boulevard is, how far back it actually goes into the property.
I'm surprised it did not want a bigger sign either.
Well, and that's what I was going to, I guess, bring up, Wade, is, the city sign ordinance is the city sign ordinance for everywhere. There's, the commercial highways, obviously, off of Bienville Boulevard, which has got a much larger right-of-way, so naturally you're set further off the, you got further setback, you're further from the road from visibility, so.
Yeah. Which also, just to remind you that, I forget exactly how many years ago it was, but Tractor Supply, when they built their building, they actually came to y'all and had a variance for their sign.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly, weren't they allowed, because they had double frontage? So
Correct.
technically, they could have had two signs. Is
They
that
could,
correct?
that's good, they could have
And
had,
then they put it on, when we said, hey, you got one side, you're only putting it on one side.
that's right.
Because that double frontage. This, because even though there's a roadway to the west, that's private and not necessarily a second frontage.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I have a question about this variance then. If they are allowed a sign at the roadway technically,
Mhm.
but it seems difficult to install, and we allow this variance, and then they did come back and get the roadway sign,
Mhm.
I guess I'm seeing a slight issue. I would feel okay with the variance without if they came back with the roadway sign, but I don't know if there's anything we could do about that. If you're already, and I understand it's smaller than what's there now, but it's still a variance nonetheless. That wouldn't affect them. They would just have to ask for a second. No, they wouldn't, unless it exceeded a size.
No, they wouldn't have to ask for a variance, provided that the freestanding sign is no more than 60 square feet. That's the maximum they can have. And they would be permitted by right to have that, and that would be in addition
To the already.
Mhm.
I drive by there every day, go there in fact many times, and I think that proper signage is up along that street. If that's what they think the best signage is, I think that's fine.
And I guess also, Wade, the measurements are length times height, not necessarily what is this
No, it
C, what is this A, what is this L.
No,
So
it
it's
is
an overall.
It's the
Yeah.
sign cabinet. You say,
Correct, yeah,
draw a rectangle around it.
yes, yeah. Anybody else any questions for Ms. Little or? Thank you. All right, any further discussion, questions for Wade? Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll actually make a motion. Reads to us as the proposed motion is, a potential motion to assume a variance for caliber collision at 4127 Bienville Boulevard to allow a wall-mounted sign, insert the word A, of 74.2 square feet as described in the variance application and site plan.
All right, so motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor with an aye? Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. Motion passes. And so this will be on Board of Aldermen agenda next Tuesday on consent agenda.
It will be on.
Unless for some reason somebody wants to pull it off and discuss next Tuesday.
So you don't have to be at the Tuesday evening board meeting, unless you just want to. Like I said, it will be on, typically it's on consent, and it's voted on with a large number of other items.
Light show.
That's kind of up to you.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
All right, next item is audience request, and our audience has left the building, so we will take a motion to adjourn.
Can we talk about?
Oh, yeah.
That thing, oh, that thing?
Yeah, let's discuss that thing. No. Motion to adjourn. You want the motion?
Make a motion
All right.
to adjourn or Christmas party, what we're gonna, we can talk about.
All right, motion to second.
I'll second.
Second. All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Motion carries. Measles.
All right, now
And,
seriously.
Yeah, we will have a meeting, oh, sorry.